Oh, this atheist is triggered. It's your conductor of the Atheist Underground, the Irreverent Rob, and I'm pissed. I get on the friggin' expressway, and my kid's in the car, and she turns on her station that she likes that plays the hits. We're in the Milwaukee area. I don't want to say who it is, but it's 99.1. Call and complain. They take money from the fucking Catholic Church and advertise to please come back to church. This happened before Christmas, and it happened again. Easter's coming up. Lent was the other day. The folks walking around with the smudges proudly on their heads, telling you that they give money to the Catholic Church. And where does that money go? Does any of it go to maybe restitution for families of rape victims that get uncovered daily at the hands of priests and bishops and cardinals across the world, everywhere? No, it goes to your fucking local radio station where they buy ad space to try to get people to come back to their evil pedophile church. $5,000 a month these ads can cost, and probably more around Christmas time when they want to do them. And we have to listen to fat hypocrite Wistecki who spent money on lawyers to hide money that could have gone to families whose boys were raped at the hands of the biggest pedophile ring in the fucking world, the disgusting Roman Catholic Church. Time to shut the doors on these assholes. All right? It's enough. Can you imagine? You got $5,000 to have an ad, $5,000 to have an atheist ad. I'd call up the station and put the same shit on. Don't you miss having a good time on Sunday instead of going to church? Don't you miss not worrying about who's watching when you have sex? Don't you? This is what the shit is like. Don't you miss the liturgy? Don't you miss having Lent? Don't you miss giving up the things you like for a while just because you should give up the things you like? Come back to Catholic Church so that we can have more more children to rape at the hands of our pedophiles. Is that really what this is about? We know people are moving away from the church because it sucks. Churches on all sides of everything suck. And the Roman Catholic Church sucks literally. Little boys, it's not funny. Little girls too. Everybody across the world. All right? Why don't we have the Satanists going to the radio station saying, why don't you come back and enjoy Satanism? We can worship the devil while we dance around a fire and make spells so that the Christians can have bad luck in their lives. These people are going to have to take your money too if you call up and say, I want to have an ad for my snake handler church, my Muslim mosque, my Jewish synagogue. Anybody who wants to advertise, as long as the material is not offensive, they're going to have to take your money too, or face a lawsuit for discriminating when they take the fucking Catholic Church's money. And shame on them for taking money from an institution that everyone knows rapes kids. And if you still give your money, as I've said before, to the Catholic Church, because you're a well-meaning Catholic and you think God wants you to tithe, not only are you sweet but misinformed, read kind of stupid, but you are contributing to the pedophile ring. All right. The time has come for the government to step in and shut down places like this that have been proven to support pedophilia. If the air traffic controllers go on strike, the government steps in, as Reagan famously did, and said, no, you need to do your job, or we're going to put somebody in there to do it because this kind of needs to move forward. Fucking baseball has an issue. If baseball has an issue, Congress gets involved to make sure that we have baseball. I love baseball, don't get me wrong, but we can't step in and save kids by shutting the doors on the world's largest pedophile ring. Give me a fucking break. Does anybody have any thoughts on this? Is it right that Catholics should spend your money? If you're a Catholic, call up and say, yeah, I'm happy that I put $20 on a Sunday in the tin, and then I find out that instead of helping people who maybe are poor or helping people who have been raped by an associate of my priest, because I know my priest didn't do it, he's a good guy. Instead of the money going there, the money goes to advertise for more victims to come. Come on down. Isn't it fun? Don't you miss the Catholic Church? Literally, I called the station and I said, please, what's up with this? And the guy's like, we take people's money and we advertise. We don't, as long as it's not offensive material. And by offensive, you mean swearing or inappropriate talk or whatever you turn in has to be approved, and that's logical. But they're not offended by the Catholic Church, the very notion of what the Catholic Church is and does. I tune in for rock and roll, and I get the bishop, the fat bishop, stuffing his face with grapes when people are suffering in the world, and people who have their last money are shoving it in his coffers so that he can turn around and spend it on advertising to get more suckers to do the same thing? I mean, give me a break. We got a brain scientist coming up on the next episode. Is anybody even watching? Not right now. We tune in. Hey man, Atheist Underground with you live. Pissed about the Catholic Church? That's all I got for you now. Let's hear your comments. I want to hear one person defend the fact that the Catholic Church should be able to take any money at all when they have sealed the records, court records, condemning priests, proving that there's been a conspiracy to cover up pedophilia. Until they do that, until they friggin' do the right thing, quit it. Shut them down. Get it out of your lives. Shut the fucking Catholic Church down, man. Demand that they do the right thing. Don't go back. Don't put money in the coffers. Call the radio stations when you hear them advertising, or run your own ad, please. All right? Check us out soon. Got another episode coming out on the podcast in a couple of weeks where we interview a neuroscientist about the effects of religion on the brain. Turns out religion lets you live 4 years longer if you can live with yourself. So that's 4 more years of you having to live with the fact that maybe you gave money to an organization that supports pedophiles. All right? So until then, this has been your conductor, the Irreverend Rob, saying quit supporting the Catholic Church. Hey? Fucking break.